Hello my beautiful souls, welcome to your next reading. This is going to be about your next big chance and an offer that is coming into your life that you cannot deny. And the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacle is representing this energy the best, so I chose 3 decks for you for the 3 different groups and for you to pick from. I chose the Page of Pentacle from each deck. So group number 1. This is your card, the Page of Pentacle, from this deck. This is how it looks like. Group number 2. This is your Page of Pentacle. And for group number 3, I chose this deck with the Page of Pentacle from this deck. This is how it looks like. So guys, please choose group number 1, 2, or group number 3. See you in your reading. Hello my group number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful Page of Pentacles over here, and I already laid out your cards, and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about is very clear already, that the theme of your reading, because it's starting with the Knight of Cups over here and moving into the Two of Cups, so it's a romantic reading. It is in some form a reading of relationship, a reading of emotions. We also have the Nine of Hearts, which is the 9 of Cups. And we have a beautiful elephant card over here. So let's start with the Knight of Cups over here, which is interesting because we have the Page of Pentacles over there. And here, at the start of your reading, comes in the Page of Cups. That's holding an Ace of Cups in his hand and comes in a very friendly, peaceful, romantic energy, and is making a very romantic gesture with bringing the cup to you as a gift. And on his helmet you can see the wings of Amor. And the whole topic about the Knight of Cups is a very, very romantic and sensitive one. If it's not about a romantic situation, it will be at least about making an offer of peace to someone. And you are going to receive this offer from that particular person when you are in the state of the 9 of Hearts, the 9 of Cups energy. And the 9 of Cups energy is a very satisfied one. It's that last place, situation that we are in before we get our 10th cup for the complete wish fulfillment. But in this card, there's already this wish granted. The 9 of Cups, the 9 of Hearts, is already talking about a wish coming true, because we already achieved a state in life where we have everything, you know, like these animals, the goats over here. I don't know the English word for them. I think it's Capricorns or something, something very similar. And it's winter time and they're eating there. They have everything they need. They have enough supply to get through the very cold season. So the 9 of Hearts plus with the 9 of Cups is already like talking a lot about there is an offer, a wish, in a form of a wish coming true to your life, and about some emotional topic in a very emotional sense. And then we have this elephant card over here. that is standing or walking on this beautiful, rich meadow, and having also a food supply, enough food to eat, and he seems very kind of ambitious and happy about that. And elephants are highly spirited animals, and they are known for their huge compassion and sensitivity, even though they are very big, and they of course can be dangerous if you threaten them. But in general, an elephant is standing for, is like a representative of having a big heart. So you're probably going to meet, you're either yourself someone like that, or you're getting into the state of it, and then you will reach this wish fulfillment whenever you are in this big heart energy. You are kind of overflowing with love yourself, or you are going to meet someone who is representing this to you, who stays in the element of an elephant somehow. Maybe there's also signs you will see about elephants. Maybe you suddenly start seeing elephants like outside on the billboards, or whenever you take a book out of the shelf, there's an elephant, or you pop up the news and there's you just watch the news and then there's an elephant popping out there, or the news are about elephants, or someone is sending you a bunch of videos with elephants, whatever it is, or whatever elephants already represent to you in your life. Maybe it makes sense right away, and maybe that offer is coming also in form of a friend reaching out to you, a friend that maybe was lost before, a friend from childhood, could be. And here we have the nice get-together of the Two of Cups, and I love that in this deck it's represented in a very romantic way, in form of two people, a man of a woman, and a woman drinking from the two cups, but also sharing it together and kind of like initiating a bond between them. And the way they look into each other's eyes, you can see this is not really like only a friendship gesture, it's a bit more, and you could also say a bit more dramatic maybe, but in a good sense, because all your cards are very positive over here. Yeah, and we also have the cup energy, and the cups are usually golden or yellow. And even this Page of Pentacles has, to me, when I picked it up the first, I thought it's the Page of Cups, because of the blue colors, the violet and blue colors over here. Yeah. So, and we have this golden yellow cup over here. We have a lot of yellow in this card, and we have the golden sky over here, which is, I'm talking about, it's probably a sunset. Maybe this is when you're going to meet this person. Yeah, let's see what the cards that you chose from this deck have to tell you. So, Spirit, please tell us what is the next big chance for group number 1. What is an offer that is coming in? And please tell us more about the Knight of Cups over here, the first card. Spirit, what can you tell us about this card? Oh, there's already a lot of cards wanting to come out. I will put them a little bit higher so we can see more. So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. All right. The Six of Pentacles is always talking about sharing, giving, and it's in form of a transaction. And here we have this witch sitting in very sexy clothes on a table, and the two students having to listen to her. And but we see them like from the back, and we can already see that those two people could be those two people over here. Here they are learning and listening, and here they are starting to get in contact with each other and not just learning from like a higher entity. So here this lady is holding a pentacle. She has a lot of pentacles in her closet, but she probably took out one of the pentacles and she's giving it to the students. But she's not giving all of them. The way she gives her knowledge away is very in a very slow energy form, but very solid, and it's a true seed that she's holding in her hand, a true seed of knowledge. So here these two students are still learning and taking the seed to probably the seed also in the form of the Knight of Cups that he's bringing over here. Maybe it's like a seed of love he's bringing. And then we have the Page of Wands, and the wand energy is always a very energetic one. It's always talking about action or impulses, and the Page of Wands is giving you here an impulse. It's like the impulse of like a first time seeing someone or first interaction. And since we were at the beginning talking about the Page of Pentacles energy, it also makes sense that other pages are coming up here in this reading, especially at the beginning, because pages are usually the beginning of the journey of becoming a knight and then becoming a king or a queen in the end. So this Page of Wands is a very unmature one, but he is very ambitious and he knows what he wants. So he knows what he wants to manifest. He just still needs to learn how. But he is very determined. The Page of Wands, and it's a very fast energy compared to the Pentacle energy. Oh no, this is Cup energy over here. So let's see what Spirit has to tell us about the Nine of Hearts over here. Okay, there's this card. Spirit, is there any other card you want to give us? It's too much cards, I cannot take those. No. Okay, let's see what we have over here. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Beautiful card. In this deck, yeah, the Ace of Cups, that's what he is representing here. That's what he is presenting to us here, his Ace of Cup. And you can see in this Ace of Cup, we have in the middle, we have a pentacle with surrounded by slices of moons. That is talking about, it's a cyclic thing. Whenever we fill a cycle up, it's starting again with another ace. Plus the moon is also talking about intuition. So we need to listen to our intuition here. And this reading is about chances that we should not deny. So whenever this comes around, make sure to grab it, to grab the Ace of Wands. So this is what I was already getting in your first cards, that it's about a cup that you are going to for your complete fulfillment. So it's an emotional thing, and here we see the cup coming in. So it's another clarification. It's like saying, yes, that's really what this reading is about. This is really coming in for you here. Your next big chance is coming in the form of a love offer, we could say, or at least in the offer of something that is giving you complete emotional fulfillment in the end, and it's getting you together with people in general. Yeah. The elephant energy. Spirit. Is there anything that can tell group number 1 about the elephant energy over here? Okay, this is too many cards. I'm not gonna take those. But we take this one. Yeah, it's nice because I already see it's a lot of green, like in this card, natural greens. It's the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so it always takes time for a fruit to grow on a tree, and it is taking time for a tree to grow a fruit for you to be able to pick up. So, Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Two of Cups here at the end? Is there anything else in general you can tell us for this reading, and especially for the Two of Cups energy over here? It's too many cards, but I can take those, and I'm putting them back for now. Oh my god, look, guys, here we have the Page of Pentacles. The one pentacle that we were looking for, the one that is also... Oh, look, there's another card. Interesting. So it was 3 cards, but now I'm gonna take all of them. So we have the Four of Swords, which is talking about meditation, and here it's like in a fairy tale where she's like sleeping for hundreds of years before she's waking up again. So you're probably like getting out of her slumber that you were in before and cannot believe that it's true, but you actually manifested this because you learned how. And what do we have here? We have here the Ace of Swords. Wonderful. Wow, this is a beautiful card, guys. Look. We have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So by the time we are meeting this person, we are able to give because our cup is overflowing with love. Plus we are able to communicate and talk about our successes, and we can offer maybe success to this person in some sense. And we can grab, by the time we meet, we can grab an Ace of Swords because we have thought about our communication skills before. You know, the Four of Swords is always about laying yourself to rest for a certain while. Not for a long while, but for enough time for you to come up with a new idea, for you to rest your body, for your mind being able to work better. And by the end of that rest, so when we start resting, we only have like 3 swords. Sorry, we only have like 3 of the swords. And by the time we wake up again out of our meditative state, we hold the 4th cup in our... wow, I said it twice now. I was talking about cups here again. Yeah, so maybe this is very much connected to the cup energy, because it is a cup energy in the reading. It's a love reading. Yeah, so it's making a lot of sense. And I do get a cup energy because of... That's why I probably said it, because of the colors, you know. They are not so cold and hard like in normal sword cards are. They're not dark or anything. They're actually... Look at the Ace of Cup over here. Aren't the colors similar? The violet, yeah, and the blues. That's good. That's very interesting. Yeah. So so in the end, when you have your last sword, at least the 4th sword that you were trying to gain out of that rest, you were able to manifest and to look at the pentacle that you already had. Like this guy brought you the pentacle, and with this pentacle you can manifest whatever you want. This is very, very positive energy, group number 1. I did not expect this to start off that positive and emotionally fulfilling already here at the beginning. But isn't that beautiful? You know, at the beginning we had this this Page of Pentacles over here. You chose this, and the very last card that we picked now is this beautiful Page of Pentacles again. But in a community of 2 aces, we almost have we have like an Ace of Wands in the form of a Page of Wands, so the wand energy is very innocent here, is very new, very fresh. But which is needed, like this first spark is always needed for you to initiate a get-together. And you are waking up out of some kind of slow moving energy and out of a learning state. You are waking up to your full potential for grabbing an Ace of Swords, being able to communicate while you go out, while you maybe talk on the phone, because you rested your soul enough. You rested, healed yourself with the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this is what I have for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I did, for sure. And see you in your next reading. Bye bye, guys. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading about your next big chance and an offer that you cannot deny. So you chose this beautiful Page of Pentacles over here. And I already laid out your cards, and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about is, at the beginning, I'm seeing here a transformation that you're going through at the moment. I'm seeing that there was some kind of depressive state that you were in, that you had to leave, or you're about to leave. But the new world that you're going to is not presenting you very vividly at the moment, because you're too concerned about the past, and you're too concerned about the things that did not work out. So probably it could be a relationship that didn't work out, that you had to leave. And while leaving, you could not see what is on the horizon for you. But here we have the Sun card. And the Sun card flipped out with that card. But it was laying like this underneath it. So it shows me that this is the actual state, how you feel. But the Sun card is what lies underneath and what you're going to. It's like that place here in the back that you can see the landscape. Here in this card, the sky and the water, everything is gray and neutral colors. But here we have a very vibrant, colorful card, and the Sun is the card that is the highest, has the highest positivity in the whole tarot deck. It's the card of true happiness and very pure and childlike energy. What's also interesting for me here is that we also, in the tarot, we don't have much children. But if we do, then they always talk about the inner child. And in this card, next to probably what it is, a woman, she's sitting here with her child, with her inner child. And since the inner child is somewhat stabbed by Swords, from probably since childhood. She has never learned how to be fulfilled and happy in her life. That's at least the story of the card. And here we have that child that looks straight into our eyes, sitting on that beautiful horse and being completely open, happy and inviting, and and it's the complete opposite energy of that card. This is not a very bad card, because it means that the hard times are over and you're going to a new place. You are just not sure of how that new place is going to look like, and you don't have much hopes that it's going to look like this, but the tarot cards are saying here that it will. So that's what I see here so far. And then those two cards are followed up by the Seven of Hearts in this beautiful deck, and it's an equivalent to the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is always a card about possibilities, hopes, but it can also talk about illusion and false hopes. So there is a chance of, there is like a multiple chances actually of change. And in case of our reading, we asked about offers that you cannot deny, so there probably are a lot of offers on the horizon for you, but you need to get into this state of mind and state of feeling, and your inner and outer state need to be vibrant as the sun. And you also need to get out of your comfort zone. When these two cards are like this, it's like we were stuck before and we know we have to go, we have to leave, we have to go outside more, we have to leave this job, we have to leave seeing the same old friends or not seeing anyone, and put ourselves out there and just grab a chance. And here we say we have a lot of chances here with the Seven of Hearts, especially on an emotional level. So in case your emotions did not be very fulfilling or even depressive, try to get out into the light and see what's there for you. And over time, you will see, you will get enough. Possibly you will see inside of you, but also in the outside, a lot of possibilities. What might be a good thing for you. Maybe it's a new hobby, or maybe it's a totally new place to live. You know, it could be anything. Here, we don't know yet. And then this is followed up by the mama bird and the little baby ducklings. And she seems very satisfied. You know, sometimes the mother birds are stressed out because they have to take care of the children. But here everybody is chilled. The children and the mother. So she nurtured her inner child. She knew how to... She got to a state where she was very satisfied. And why? Because she fed the ducklings. And here also, here it's the father who went with his whole family to this place, the feeding crib, where everyone could eat. So there's something you need to feed yourself with, and it's probably something connected very strongly to nature and the sun. You know, the sunflowers in the bag are also, they hold the seed for the animals, for other plants to grow, but also for the animals, for the birds in this case, to eat. And it's also a very sunny day over here. And here we also have a very sunny day because of the yellow background. And here we see the King of Pentacles, and he is in like he always is, he's holding a pentacle, but a huge one. Plus he is surrounded or covered in grapes, which represent the fruit of his labor. And he's super satisfied, and it could mean that you are going to meet a significant person who is represented by the King of Pentacles, and you come into union with this person, the Ten of Cups, which would be a very similar reading then to the first group, group 1. But we will see. So maybe you watch that too. But it could also mean that this King of Pentacles is someone who can make a good business. You know, he earned enough money and he gained a lot of wealth throughout his pentacles. And here, this is a card of union. Especially in this tarot deck, we see like the two hands holding the cup. It's like when you sign a business contract also. And the Ten of Cups is talking about complete emotional fulfillment. So it's the opposite of what we had here in this moment. You know. And also the King of Pentacles is holding the very big yellow pentacle in his hand that looks a little bit like the silhouette of the sun. Because the sun in the tarot, in the Rider-Waite deck, has this very strong circle around her that also speaks of the same circle of the moon. You know, the day is there because the night was before. And so a lot of times the sun card is represented for me when I read the tarot. If there's other cards who are similar to this symbol, then there is a sun energy here that this card wants to connect with that card somehow. Yeah. But we will see what the tarot has to say else for you, Spirit. Please give us more information for group number 2's reading. For the first two cards, the Six of Swords and the Sun card. It's too many cards. I'm not gonna take it. I just want one or two cards maybe, Spirit. Thank you. This one wants to come out too as well. So let's see what we have. We have the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Yes, so the Three of Wands is talking about being ready and seeing your ships coming in. Anticipating the new adventures in life. And being ready for it. And seeing them on the horizon somewhere. It's like she is waiting here for the perfect waves to arrive for her to surf on them. And the Four of Pentacles is a very closed off card, and she's holding her bag of pentacles in front of her heart chakra and solar plexus. So the solar plexus is a chakra that is connected to stability and self-confidence and anything that is talking about security in life. And the pentacle and self-confidence and the pentacle energy, and especially since I connected it to the sun here and she's holding it in front of the solar plexus chakra, it is, if there's a nature element that represents the solar plexus, it's in the name, it's solar plexus, it's the sun. And the sun gives us confidence. This child here, this inner child, has a lot of confidence, and she is a little bit afraid to let it out. So there might be, here we have a similar situation in the landscape. We have these three people on a ship that looks like a board in a way. It's transporting them over to another shoreline here. And here it might be the situation where someone is standing on the shoreline and looking at them arriving and knowing that this is going to be a good chance. Or it's this inner switch you need to make. You can go to a new place, to a new thing in your life in this state, or you can go there in that state of mind. So those two cards are definitely connected here. It's interesting that they come out like this, but it makes a lot of sense. Both pair-ups here make a lot of sense. And she's also sitting in the desert, and the desert is usually the summer and the sun area connected to the sun. Yeah, so let's see where this story is leading. The Seven of Cups or Seven of Hearts. Ooh, sorry. They're very slippery. Well, I'm taking him, but I'm not taking the rest. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Yeah, there's two more cards. Okay, there was a flip. There are many cards here. Okay. So, with this card, we have the Emperor, the King of Cups, the Four of Swords, which is very nice because I already see she's like sleeping in a nest like the birds do. Maybe not this kind of bird, but in general birds are represented. Their home is like that they nest. And here we have the Six of Cups. So it's a few steps before reaching the Ten of Cups. So we are getting there, and we are still at the beginning somewhat, somehow. Okay, let me look at those two cards here first. With the Seven of Cups, yeah, it also makes sense that a lot of cards wanted to come out and that it was extremely slippery while I was shuffling, because the Seven of Cups, as I said, is talking about a lot of possibilities. So a lot of chances are coming your way, and they're coming to you in different forms. But here we have the Emperor, who is talking about self-confidence. If there's a card for self-confidence, it will be the Sun card in the Tarot and the Emperor. And we were talking about this. She is holding her self-confidence a bit to herself, and she's a bit afraid to really let it out and invest the pentacle into new endeavors. Like, this is also a holding back energy, moving forward, but still holding back, kind of. And here with the Sun, something is changing inside of you. Maybe something from the outside changes you. Probably the new place you go to. Maybe the separation. But there's not much separation energy here, I have to say. It's more an energy of just maybe a new state of mind, or transforming your inside, in the sense of, the Emperor is includes all the kings, and here we have the King of Cups, so it's probably meant in the sense of the emotions, of being confident and enough with your emotional state, and becoming comfortable with your emotions also, or gaining some kind of stability over your emotions. Here you are floating you're thrifting over a lake or over an ocean up to another shoreline, and the water is always represented with emotions. She's also staring at an ocean here, and he is sitting inside the ocean and knowing how to, like, she's somewhat ready but still not sure. They are on it and they're a bit afraid, but he is actually embodying it. So somehow you gained that stability here. And maybe this card is already connected to this one. At least it makes a lot of sense here. And she's covered by a few feathers. I don't know if you can see, like, the nest is made by feathers of a bird. That the colors of the feathers look a lot similar to this bird here, right? And there's a heart that's like from the textile of her shirt goes a line and creates a heart over here. So she's sleeping next to her heart and trying to heal it, probably, or sleeping the pain away or something like this. And since we have hearts over here, so it's like the heartbreak maybe over the options we used to have in life and we didn't take. It could talk about this. And I also see a connection that we have 4 people here wearing a red shirt. And it seems to be very significant here. And in this card here, we see she's holding the bag in front of the shirt, in front of the solar plexus. And at the same area, around the heart chakra and the solar plexus area, there's a light coming out of his chest. You see? So he transformed that, and he really, like, she is already wearing red. She's wearing her heartaches, or her, not just the aches of the heart, also the good stuff, but anything connected to the heart. She's wearing it for everybody to see, but you are gaining confidence with it somehow, because there used to be some kind of heartache in your life before, or maybe you're just soothing your heart and actually listening to it now. See how both figures here are closing their eyes and seem somewhat sleeping. Maybe they're just taking a little nap. He more looks like meditating, and he has like a red star, a sea star next to it, and she has also a little red thing, her heart, next to her. So maybe they are connected somehow, maybe through your dreams or some kind of meditative state. You already connect to your other inner self, because we always have a male side and a female side. And the Four of Swords is always talking about laying yourself to rest until you gain another sword, until you gain another idea, another impulse of another clarity. Not so much an impulse, because that would be want energy, but it's more like gaining clarity over something here. It's a very nice reading so far, and you seem to be a very, very sensitive soul, you know, someone who is really listening to their inner emotions. You're not so much on the practical side of life, you are very much looking within, and that's always necessary for life to change. And here we have again the topic of the inner child. So let's see where we have a lot of children in your reading. We have the childbirds here, the ducklings, plus we have this child, and we have here maybe some kind of children in the back, or at least younger people, and she is looking also like not fully adult, she's looking like a teenager maybe. So we have a lot of young energy here, and it doesn't matter if you are in that age or if you are like in that more mature age, like he also has. He looks young, but he already has gray hair, so somehow I depict the King of Cups always as a more mature, older man. And yeah, there is something in this reading that talks about memories from the past and connecting to the inner child, but in a harmonious way. There's something you need to leave here from the past, but there's also something you gain, some good memories. Maybe you replace the bad ones with the good ones. And maybe there's also a loss of a companion in your life, maybe even in form of a pet. It could be. But there was some kind of growth and connected to a loss. And it could even be a past life thing going on here. But this would be the first card who indicates something like this. Let's see what Spirit has to say about the last two cards here. Spirit, please give us more information about the King of Pentacles for group number 2. Okay, we have this card wanting to come out. And it is the Star card. Wow, beautiful. Yeah. Look also at this magic that is happening here at the end of your reading. I know I picked this one, that card for this card, but there's something happening in the sky, you know. There's some kind of magic, rainbow colors, fulfillment going on here. And she can already see it and connect to it, to the universe. Yeah, you are a very sensitive soul. And there is a lot of good fortune for you waiting. So really take your time and heal things, because there's a lot of new things that want to come in the form of the Ten of Cups, maybe in form of a person. I say maybe because we have this card over here that is talking about a lot of possibilities. So yeah, and it seems that you are getting out of this meditative thinking process and grieving process, maybe even, and you will develop hope at the end of it, and you can see the new goals here for you. But let's see what Spirit has to say about the last card. Is there any information left for us here to understand this read? We have one card already. This one I wanted to come out to. Whoa. Okay, there's 3 cards. So this one was the first. It's the Four of Wands. Yeah, the Four of Wands is talking about complete celebration of life, even marriage. It would be a very much equivalent to this card. And rejoicing, celebrating, and the colors here and the colors of the rainbow, like there's a lot of connection I see in those 2 cards. It's 2 people celebrating something, so it's really nice. It's also like a festival landscape, you know. It could be that you at the end you will find yourself at some kind of festival, and the top here of that card looks like you know, you see, it's like this is like above this. So you are wishing for this state, and it is going to happen. So I don't know which one came first after that, but oh, this is a beautiful card. Yeah, of course. So we have the Devil card, but it's always a very intriguing devil. He's inviting us, but there is like a puppet moment over here, because he is holding our strings. And you see, she's also holding a string, but she is holding it up to the sky, to a star, like a string of hope. And there was an energy and that was holding the string, and here we hold it ourselves. So there is some kind of devil energy, and it could be anything. But since we have the King of Pentacles here, it seems like the opposite person, you know. Maybe an opposite attitude that's talking about, let's see. And we have the Tower card. And the Tower card is always talking about things needing to crumble down to gain prosperity, to gain epiphanies and clarity. But look what kind of what beautiful tower card this is. Like, we have this little squirrel over here looking up, and he or she was collecting her nuts and the hazelnuts, and she's hiding because there's a storm outside, and there's a lot of, and by the lightning hitting his home, let's say, like where he's hiding, it creates butterflies that are instantly there and flying away, you know. It's like it might be a lightning, a tower moment that's very, very nice. And it's like in the background we have like a swirling turquoise, green, light green energy surrounded by the darkness of like a dark gray or a black energy. And this looks a lot like the devil. Gain clarity. It looks like gain clarity, starting to feel hope again, and making new plans. And a star is always a sun, you know. It's a sun. We in our solar system, our star is the sun that we know. And she is also having her string on the sun, and he's holding the sun in his hand. So you might be able to meet someone in the future after you've gone through this healing process. You meet a person who is your sun in your life, somewhat kind of. It could also be that you are already having children and you are waiting for that person to mate, and you are going to reach that. Or you are just simply freeing your inner child and letting it grow up, because it doesn't matter what age we are. If we have never dealt with our shadow child, then it cannot grow up, you know. There's always this part that is still a hurted child. And here you become teenagers. You heal. You are old, somewhat old, as you reach a certain age, but now you start dealing with your heart, with the memories of love in your life. You heal it and you go back to a state, and you already reached like a teenager state with your emotions. And what teenagers do, they celebrate life, because they are at the brink of adult life, and they're celebrating it. Yeah. And then your inner child and your inner teen, so to speak, can really grow up and get to this King of Pentacle, you know. Either meeting this King of Pentacle, or you yourself become the King of Pentacle. But nevertheless, at the end of your reading, at the beginning, I see like a family or a single person moving away from something and a bit closed off, but then dealing with this inner child. And if it's a family, then the family becomes healed too, and then coming to union with new people, or coming to a more positive union with the family that still exists over here, because you went on your healing journey and can enjoy life again. But this is a very, very beautiful outcome, and it already starts with the Sun card here. So I see that chances for big change that you cannot deny are coming in very fast. I'm not talking about it, this will come in 1 year. This will maybe reached in 1 year, but it's already starting here. The chances will be given to you much earlier. And then it depends on how slow. I mean, a healing process is never quick. But in case you maybe already did some work, it could be that it's just like a few weeks or months until you reach that point over here. Very, very beautiful reading. So group number 2, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading about my new big chance and offer that I cannot deny. So you chose this beautiful Page of Pentacles over here, the third group. And I laid out your cards, the first tarot cards here. And so many cards wanted to come out in your reading, so I laid them out like this for the start. And I can already say that if you had a thought of maybe choosing group number 2, maybe this is also a reading for you, because group number 2 had in the same position the 10 of Cups over here. But let's see. And it also had a King of Pentacles that we have over here, but it was more over here in group number 2's reading. So group number 3, welcome to your reading. So we have the 5 of Cups over here at the beginning, with the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. And there's 2 cards of suffering here. This person is suffering over the 3 spilled cups over here, and is not realizing that he has 2 still standing cups, like there's still 2 chances. Of course, in your case it could be like multiple chances, or could be 5 chances, or whatever it is, and whatever topic that is for you. But it just in general symbolizes that we are so much in our pain over the losses that we do not see that we could also turn around, grab those 2 cups and go over that bridge, over our emotions, the water here, that represent the emotions always, and up to that castle, and maybe ask for shelter, or maybe this is our home and we don't want to go back. And yeah, so this is like always a card of the challenge of grief and how to overcome it. And this is also another grieving card, but it's a grief because of all the swords, the 9 swords that this person already got in life, and that kind of sleepless nights. You can't. You feel your mind feels very restless, and you should actually literally need a vacation, you know. Your thoughts really need a break, and there's something that you are thinking too much about that gives you something on emotional level, gives you a lot of heartache in the night. And I don't know what it is yet, but that's very clear over here. But don't worry, it's not there in the other cards anymore. But I guess this is like the state you are in at the moment. And here we also have an energy that is here we have like the swords weighing on you, on top of you, and here we have wands that are coming at you, but you are in a good position to defend yourself over here. But the thing is, since this card is with those cards, I would read in this card also the fact that there is a lot of people or things coming at you in life and giving you a hard time. So you probably at the moment are very stressed out. There's a lot of things from the past, or maybe at least one big hurt. Plus there's a lot of things you are dealing with in life, a lot of people calling you, or maybe your children or someone else wanting a lot much from you. Multiple people, and you have a hard time saying no to them, and you are very busy with like answering a lot of emails coming in and wanting a fast reaction from you. You are doing your job, but since you are doing it so good during the day, you suffer a lot in the night because there's a lot of things that you haven't dealt with or you are dealing with at the moment from the past. So interesting also that we have this castle over here, and within the card of the Page of Pentacles that you chose, we have some kind of castle also on the left side, plus a tower or castle, maybe a tower of a castle over here. And let me say if there's something written. No, I cannot say what's written here on the signs, street signs, but yeah. So as is like a similar landscape that these two figures are standing at, but this page, you know, it seems to me that this page is coming off with an offer to you, but and saying like, hey, dude, just look around, you have 2 cups standing here, but you are too much in your grieving, and you are kind of like saying no to him, you know. He's also standing on that hill here, like he is, and he's just meaning well, but you are like pushing him away because you have a lot of things to deal with at the moment. I'm not saying that this is wrong to do. Maybe it's a good thing you're doing here because you know you have to grieve and you have to heal something. Or if it's like a bit working against you because he is coming in with an offer, you know. So let's move on. We have the King of Pentacles that comes in here as the King of Diamonds. Beautiful card. And the Ace of, I think it's the Ace of Spades, yes, which was the Ace of Swords. So there is a clarity wanting to come in, or that you're gaining, and there is a King of Pentacles near you, around you, probably also wanting to give you something. He's probably also one of the people here, and behind him we have a sun shining. So maybe the sun card or some sunny thing is about to come here in your reading. Let's see. Then we have the Tree card, and it's like a very old tree. It's an oak tree, and it looks very organic, almost like an octopus, you know, almost like an animal looking at us. And there's this family hiding over here, so maybe there's some past memories you have, or something you want to protect. But let's see. We don't know yet. And then we have, at the final state of your reading, we have the 10 of Cups energy over here. Beautiful 10 of Cups, a get together. And here I was a bit worried about you, you know. And I thought, okay, I don't know what these two cards mean so far. I can make a story out of it, but I need more cards on that. And here this starts making sense now, because here we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, and look how I actually got it like this. So he was looking at this when they come out. So we have the the Queen of Manifestation, and the business, the personification of a businessman, the King of Wands, and both of them are paired up as a couple, and not somewhere in the reading. No, they came out with that card, like all of them, all three of them flipped out at the same time, but this was the first card I saw, and that was on the left side, and that one fell to the ground. And so it's like those two people are celebrating something here, and the completion of a cycle and emotional fulfillment. And now this card makes sense too, because they are holding the wands in their hand, and it's a wand of an oak tree, because we have the oak leaves here, and the wand is made out of a branch from an oak tree, and here we have the oak tree. So it's more what the oak tree is symbolizing here, or it's more about what the wands are symbolizing, like the, you know, the saying, like, you are one of two kinds. You are like made out of the same branch, or out of the same tree, out of the same wood. Two people are made out of the same wood, and that's what this is here. There is a meeting up with someone that is very similar to you. Yeah. So for your reading, we are going to pair it up like that, I think. Yeah. So we know those cards. Can put them over here, and those two cards I will put it up like this. Yeah, and now let's see what Spirit has to say for your reading. Spirit, please tell us, or maybe I put it out like this. I think we should still be able to see everything, and if not, then I'm sorry. I do my best over here. Okay, so Spirit, I'll put that inside somewhere. The Page of Pentacles, and let's ask Spirit for some clarity for this reading for group number 3. And Spirit, what can you tell us about the first 3 cards over here? I would not make a difference in those 3 cards. I would just ask in general, because the energies are very making a story, and it's very similar. So Spirit, please tell us something more about these 3 cards over here. First card. What else can you tell us? So we have those 2. Thank you. So those are 2 cards. I'm not taking them, but I'm going to take this card. So let's see. We have the 8 of Wands with the 6 of Pentacles and the Devil. Yeah, the Devil card makes a lot of sense in this reading. Also the 8 of Wands, because I was talking about things are coming very fast at you, like maybe emails or people, messages saying like, hey, what's up? Can you do this for me? Or what about that? Maybe there's a lot of people wanting things from you, and you cannot. The only thing you can do is to tell them to go away. That you can, because you cannot deal with it. It's a very strong depression energy I get here. And even with this 8 of Wands, usually the 8 of Wands is a very nice wand energy where there's like the arrows of love coming in. But she seems very worried here. There's like, she's having also a hell of a time, like working against some wands here. But see how these wands are like little tiny baby leaves, and over here the leaves on her wand are full-grown oak tree leaves. So he's a more mature energy over here, and compared to this one. Then we have the Six of Pentacles and the Devil. You know, the Six of Pentacles is always talking about, it makes a lot of sense here, because I just talked about these energies that people wanting things from you, and the only thing you maybe learned, or you are trying to learn at the moment, is how to say no. But she is in a complete different state, you know. She is giving to the people around her, but only to those who are in need. And she also is doing it like she's not giving the same to each person. She is giving it in a very fair manner. She knows how much each person can take or deserves. And she is giving, you know, it's not that she's not giving at all, but she is doing it from the heart. And she also has similar clothes, you know, a green, here it's like a green shirt, and she has this green dress. And you know, you see how different these two energies are. He is like fighting against the people that want things from him, and she is giving to them, but from a more elaborated state of being, and a more confident. Well, what's this way? So I would actually put it a bit over this card for you to remember, to maybe to try to switch. I know it's hard when you still deal with grief or the things that yes, it is some form of grief here, but maybe start not reject everyone who wants things, and don't think you need to give a lot to people. Sometimes it's just a short conversation that people need, or some kind of like that they know everything is okay message, you know. They don't always need money, or even if they ask for money, it's a lot of the times it's that they need love, you know. And here we have two young children paired up with the devil, who is trying to give them the things that they easily get addicted to. It's money. For him, and for her it's like sugar in the form of ice cream. And so it's like it's talking about, yeah, the sweet things in life. And there was probably some codependency here, something that you dealt with the devil energy in your life, and you were thinking of this. Maybe you even had like an evil parent or someone evil in your childhood with that energy, and other people trying to, there is like, you know what, there is an energy of you are in a lot of interaction with people, but you don't want to, because inside of you can feel it's not good. And there are people wanting from you because you are too much dependent on them or on the memories of them. And there's other people like these cats here, or these ones, trying to help you. They want to at least inform you, look out, this is not right, you need to change something here. Don't get into action with the devil, you know. But whatever it is, we will see what's coming next over here. With the King of Diamonds and the Ace of Spades, Spirit. Oh, look at this. We forgot a King of Pentacles. So we just have a short look at him, because it's the same king here, but he came out with those two. You know what, he's also like the opposite of the devil, like it's a man in a similar age, but both of them offering things, like he's also offering a cake, like he is offering ice cream, but he is sitting back. He's just saying, look what I have, but it's your decision to come here to get it. And he is almost like forcing you to take it, but you have the feeling that it's not right. So maybe you have an energy of a person in your life who is not so good in that you can feel that they are not off for something good, but you have a hard time with putting them away in your life, trusting that energy. You don't really trust it, or you shouldn't, at least. So I leave him here because he's also here. But Spirit, do you have anything else to tell us about these two cards? Last time, Spirit, anything else? Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune also, beautiful card, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, makes a lot of sense because we already have it over here. But let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune first. It's a mid-cycle. The Wheel of Fortune, first of all, it's a 10, and it's like here the 10 of Cups. But in the big arcana, in the major arcana, it's in the middle of the last card is the 20 and 21 card. But here we are on our journey in the middle, and it depends on how much we reached in life so far until this point. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it's turning in our favor or not. But it is usually the Wheel of Fortune should also be called the Wheel of Good Fortune, because it usually is turning for us in our favor for us. So there's some kind of good energy wanting to come inside, because maybe you have learned your lessons. But I also see, which is also a similar thing now to group number 2's reading, you have a lot of possibilities here. But here the Wheel of Fortune is you probably have a lot of chances in life, because we are talking about your next big chance, and you are probably you are up to for any of them. But the Wheel of Fortune is telling you, like destiny is coming in and telling you what kind of big chance is coming, and he is giving you the chance here to make money, to gain wealth. It's twice here. It's a strong confirmation that there's some kind of a focus more on the wealth aspect in your life instead of some emotional grief or losses. And the Wheel of Fortune is also like supporting you here. She's rolling the dice for you. And we had here the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Spades, and this is an ace that is always talking about clarity. You're gaining some clarity, and probably your good fortune is a big chance. The first big chance that is coming in here in this reading is this Ace of Swords. And since we are talking about a chance that you cannot deny, is that you get the chance for huge clarity, and destiny is helping you with this. In case you don't get it through this reading, or because of your own process, destiny is helping you too. Will help you after this reading to get to this point, to grab the Ace of Swords whenever it shows up. Because in the end, here we have the Nine of Swords, here we have the Nine of Swords. In the end, both people are grieving. But it's already a Nine of Swords, which is indicating that you already have like 9 epiphanies 9 moments of clarities for this topic that you're grieving on, and you are going to receive the 10th sword. And the 10th sword is giving you the clarity to close off that cycle and to get to a new chapter. Yeah, now I intuitively put it up here, but maybe it's not bad that way. So let's ask Spirit for the oak tree over here. What can you tell us about the oak tree? So 2 cards for 1 should be enough, I think. Yeah, we have the 10. Wow. Group number 3, this is like really, really nice. We have the 10 of Cups, the first confirmation of this card. It's the same card. Like, it looks like after you are getting over this, after you grab this Ace of Swords, things are drastically changing for the better. Like the Wheel of Fortune is giving you a complete different outcome here. And then you also have the 10 of Pentacles, so we have 2 10s. So you are going to complete with the Ace of Swords. You are also completing a cycle on an emotional level, because you are healing this pain. And you are also completing on a finance and material level a cycle, because you have the King of Pentacles here. And look how 2 happy families over here, you know. And we asked for this card, and I was referring to this family standing here, protecting this, being protected by this tree. And here we have like a very similar situation going on. Plus we have a connection from this king over here to that king. It's like the same king. Like he's like inviting for good wine with his animals and with a cake, to invite his family here to have a nice like afternoon with the family, you know, celebrating the gifts from work. This is very, very beautiful. Group number 3, it's like so many many similarities we have already, like with this. I just put it over here. And I think I do not need to clarify. I am going to, but everything speaks for itself, you know. But I just love the tarot, so let's see what else they have to say. For this reading, probably giving other clarifications now, but yeah. So, Spirit, what else can you tell us about the 10 of Cups, which is already twice here in this reading, and the 2 beautiful figures of the King of Rods and the Queen of Rods? Okay, so I'm leaving it at this because otherwise it's getting too much. It's like the Hanged Man, the 9 of Pentacles, yes. And then we had these 2 cards splitting out. It's the High Priestess and the 4 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. I see something here. At first we have the Hanged Man plus the 4 of Swords. The Hanged Man is number 12. It comes after the Wheel of Fortune and it's like the only 2 cards of the major arcana so far. I think you have also the High Priest now, but until this moment you have like 10, and then followed by the 12, the Hanged Man, changing a perspective and going into meditation to gain clarity and to change the perspective. Like I also told you, maybe there's a chance in changing the perspective on things in your life, reacting to people's needs more with love, instead of with just pushing everyone away. plus here we have, this is not reached just because I tell you. You cannot just be like that. For this, you need to get inside of you. You need time, and you need some time alone. You need to meditate or write or read books or just do something else, but not to get to this state. You need to take time for yourself, like these two people are here doing. And a lot of times those two cards come out together if in a reading there is like they want to look at this aspect of healing and therapy, and especially the Hanged Man is a lot of times talking about therapy, and since I saw kind of depressive energy here, it makes a lot of sense. And the Four of Swords is also trying to gain an Ace of Swords. Sorry guys, my battery just went away, but I'm back now. So we were talking about healing this, and how you are going to do that, because a lot of times, in a tarot reading, you will see, okay, someone is hurt and you need to heal, and then you get your happy life. But it's always good to know how, and sometimes it's necessary to go out, to get out of your comfort zone and get together with people. Sometimes is just with spending time with a single friend or with your family, and or to try completely new things you never did before. And other times, like this time here, it is necessary to heal within. And the High Priestess is also depicted as a tarot reader, but it's not saying that you need to go and buy your tarot cards unless you are a tarot reader yourself. Maybe you need to get into working and to distract yourself. But other than that, I would say listen to your intuition, and by healing this with listening to your inner voice, what it's telling you. And she's also like tuning in, but with a good book. And she's the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is the last step before, here we have it, before the Ten of Pentacles. It's very beautiful, and she already has everything she needs, but with the last pentacle she's getting from him, she is reaching that state. So there is a story talking about two people coming together and creating a happy family life, if it resonates for you, because we also have here a male and a female aspect coming together and enjoying themselves on an emotional level. So I think those are the most important cards over here, those three cards. Resting, starting a therapy, maybe even writing things down, journaling, looking inside to gain clarity in the end. You don't just gain clarity by deciding I want to gain clarity. No, you need to look within, and it takes time, and you need to change your perspective somehow with that. And by changing the perspective, you will reach this sword here. It's the other way around, why you gain that epiphany when you change your perspective. So, but for this, it takes time, and don't be hard on yourself. Look within, and you will find your complete oak tree family life over here, if it's that what you were looking for, or in general just the completion of a cycle in general, and the completion of like the Queen and the King energy. Yeah, so group 3, this was a very, very unique and beautiful reading, and maybe I told you things you already know and you are already in this healing process, or you are already close to that energy. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye bye, Group 3.